Leos, welcome to my channel. Let's see what spiritual messages are coming up for you. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are not subscribed, make sure that you do so that you never miss a beat. And if you would like to see future readings from me, make sure you also hit the notification bell. And of course, smash the like button so that the algorithm knows you want to see future videos. But I'm excited. Let's see what's going on. What are the spiritual messages coming through for my Leos? What are the spiritual messages? Okay, so we have the High Priest. This represents intend and create. So there could be creative ideas that you have right off the bat, Leos, that it's important that you feel moved enough to actually take action in regards to these ideas and not just dreaming of being able to manifest opportunities in connection to your creative ideas, but also taking the necessary action to bring your ideas to life. If you've been waiting for like that confirmation or that push, here it is. Okay, here it is, clear as day. And it's important that when it comes to your ideas that you're writing them down, is what I'm hearing as well. You could be having like random ideas just come to you out of the blue, or there could even be like intense dreams where messages are coming through as well, is another thing I'm picking up on, okay? Also with the High Priest, you could be more in tune with your intuition just as a whole. It's important that you're listening, that you're trusting, that you're letting it lead you. We also have spring. See your seeds grow. So we're about to be in spring in a couple of months. So whatever seeds that you could be planting in this current moment, know that it's important. You're staying consistent. You're taking the consistent action so that you can start to see things really take off during the springtime. The springtime could be very significant for my Leos in terms of like blessings and whatnot. So, okay. We also have guardian angel. You're not alone. Yeah, your spiritual team is around you, even in moments where you feel like you are alone or you don't really have certain, maybe human beings or people around you who could be, supportive in the way that you may need. It's important to also look at the signs that your spiritual team is around you. This could be like literal feathers being dropped in your path. If you're seeing a lot of like white feathers, or if you're coming across like even repeating numbers or a constant seeing of, maybe 111, like every day you keep seeing it. Pay attention to what's going on around you in the moment. I always tell you guys that whenever you see repeating numbers, you want to take a moment to pause and reflect on whatever you're thinking, whatever conversation you could be having, what's going on around you, so that you can kind of understand the synchronicity as a whole. Because it's not just about seeing the numbers or seeing certain, things be dropped in your path. It's about the message itself and what it's supposed to mean for you specifically. But let's keep going. Okay, what are the messages coming through for my Leos from their spiritual team that they need to know at this moment? So we have dry desert. We have sacred pool. And we have rock bottom. Okay, interesting. So dry desert and rock bottom actually have like the same kind of connotation behind it. But dry desert talks about digging deep to find the answers that we're seeking when we feel like we don't like have an understanding of what's next or how to move. And also the rock bottom card talks about like sometimes us being put in a position to like see what's around us, whether that's starting from the basics or, having to go back to the drawing board. That gives us a chance to kind of reflect. And the sacred pool does talk about also reflecting on how our thoughts, feelings, and our actions are kind of like projecting certain things into our reality. So what you need to know now, in the midst of you not maybe having all the answers or maybe not feeling like you have all your stuff together, there's a need for you to dig deep and do some sort of like soul searching in terms of what your bigger plan is, what your mission is, whether that's helping people, whether that's, whatever your personal journey may lay out for you. The only way you're going to find that out is by getting into it with yourself. And I think that there has been this push by your spiritual team for that to be the focus. So you're really not at your lowest point. You're just in a point of finding yourself. It's important to see it that way. It's important to see it that way. Okay, let's keep going. And then after we use this deck, we're going to do the tarot. Oh, I think I left it in my room. Oh no, it's right there. Okay, so let's pull about 3 cards from here, and then we'll get into the tarot. Leos, what are the spiritual messages they need to hear from their spirit team at this moment? We have surrendering to the journey, release control. Yeah, when you let spirit lead you instead of leaning on your own understanding of how to do things, it's a lot, for one. It's a lot more easier because when you lean on your own understanding, you have to know that you cannot possibly know everything, okay? Amen. You cannot know what the bigger plan looks like for you as a whole. It's just impossible. So when you release the need to control things, it gives you the sense of freedom, or the sense of like moving with this, okay, let me, try and explore what life has to offer in terms of opportunity, in terms of love, in all aspects. And it puts a level of ease on you instead of you having this burden of having all the answers, or this burden to have everything right all the time. So surrender to your journey. We have taking shelter. The answers are within. I kind of got that same energy with the dry desert card. Okay, this is about digging deeper. We also have narrow pathway, tread thoughtfully. Yes, so Spirit wants you to be very mindful of just now with the insight that you have, the actions that you're taking moving forward, and that you're not being, narrow-minded in terms of how things are going to play out for you, whether that's, assuming the worst for yourself, or assuming that X, Y, and Z is going to happen. Expectations always leads to disappointments because our expectations are just a projection of what we think, not what we know. So always keep that in mind. And our expectations could always, it's always important to remember that your expectations could always limit you instead of like setting you free. Because when you expect certain things, it's almost like you're putting yourself in a small box. So the spiritual message is be mindful of expectations you could have that could be limiting. All right, let's see what the tarot has to say. We'll go ahead and use this deck for right now. I like this deck as well. Okay, so many cards fell already. Let's talk about it. We have the Crone of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Wands in reverse, and we have the Knight of Cups. Well, yeah, be mindful of people that you can't trust. If you know that you can't trust this earth sign, water sign, really doesn't have to be these zodiac signs, okay? But if you feel like you can't trust someone, Spirit is saying it's better to not stress yourself out trying to understand this person's constant shifting mood, okay? You could have someone around you where they really lay it on thick in terms of expressing how much they care about you or how interested they are in you, but then they switch up and they start to do things that just don't really make sense out of self-sabotage or out of them just kind of being emotionally all over the place. And it's almost like you can't trust this individual. The more that you give this person the space in the room to keep being this way, they're going to persist this way. So the best thing for you to do is to just give this a little bit of space, give this situation space so that this person can get themselves in order and not have you wrapped up in their whole shindig, okay? I also have the Eight of Cups, the Moon card, and the Crown of Swords. Yeah, a lot of you are transitioning into unknown territory in terms of the next phase in your journey. Some of you are relocating, moving somewhere where you don't really know people. Maybe you're leaving a relationship where you've been in that relationship for so long and you don't really know what to expect, or you're just leaving a job and you don't really know what to expect in terms of your career moving forward. But Spirit is saying you know how to move in spite of not having the answers. You know what decisive actions to take. It's just kind of clearing out the need to cling on to the fear of how the future is going to play out, and more so focus on the things that you can do in the present moment that you know is going to put you in good spaces more so in the future. That's kind of going back to what I was talking about with spring, the spring card that we had, where it was talking about seeing your seeds grow. The things that you are taking action on during this time frame, or you're being very clear and decisive in terms of, you know, what you're giving your attention, your focus over the next couple of months, is going to show the outcome of what you've been setting your intention on is going to show during the springtime. So don't lead with this fear or anxiety or worry when you know what to do, is the message. I also have, okay, so we have the Queen of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. Some of you guys really do need to cut out certain expenses, or in you getting more, I guess, focused in terms of your career. This is going to, again, blossom into more abundance, blossom into more opportunities. We even have the Empress card here. With the Seven of Wands, some of you guys have been focusing more so on like maybe the struggles or the obstacles you've been running into when it comes to maybe building a business up, or searching for a job, or getting that raise or promotion that you've been looking for. But I think it's a matter of knowing that obstacles kind of just show up in anything that you do, and not letting that deter you. Your willpower to bypass these challenges, or to like face them, know that they're there and face them and be like, so what? Like, be open to the rejection, be open to the quote unquote mistakes or failure, which I don't really call failure, because failure is when you give up. So be open to all of that, and that's what's going to help you actually tap into a level of growth and abundance. Same thing in terms of love. Some of you want to experience new love in your life, and the message here is some of you are too scared to run into the challenges that come with being in a relationship, or the challenges of putting yourself out there. And there's no such thing as the good without the bad, because how would you know the difference between the two if they both didn't exist? They're on the same scale. So it's a matter of being able to take the bad with the good and seeing the beauty in both of it. But the last message here, I have the Two of Wands, the Crone of Wands, and the Two of Swords. So yeah, it's time for you to go out of your comfort zone. I think that you guys also have been in this space of, like I said, feeling like there's certain answers that you need from certain people, or you need certain answers from your spiritual team, or maybe there's been the answers around you, you just haven't been able to see it because of maybe your focus being elsewhere. But Spirit is saying the answers that you seek exist within you, especially when it has anything to do with other people, when it has anything to do with any energetic blockages that you're experiencing. The answer is trying a new approach. Instead of trying to do things or trying to force an outcome, try a different approach is what could be a benefit to you over the next couple of months. But this is what I see. I hope that this was helpful and that this did give you some insight for what to know. If you did enjoy, definitely thumbs up the video, subscribe, and I will talk to my Leos in the next one. Bye.